Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm doing another video on the topic of stamina versus Magicka. I've had people come into my Twitch stream, especially if they're new, and ask about, where do I put my points? Do I put it into stamina, into Magicka? Why do I put it into, those specific ones I'm thinking about? So I wanted to make a video kind of talking about that, what's the theories behind putting points into whichever one you're going to do that in, and how it relates to the weapons that you use. So, let's get in here. There's Madigan. He's going to help us out today. Now, first thing you want to do is hit your C button. It brings up your little stat page. And you see, for me, I've got all my points in the Magicka. This is Madigan. He is my Nightblade, but he is my Magicka Nightblade. And after you have picked what class you're going to be, Nightblade or Templar or Warden or whatever, the next thing you got to do is figure out, am I going to put points in the Magicka or am I going to put points in the stamina? All right. You could also have points into health, but those are usually for specialized tank builds, which I don't know a lot about, and so I'm not going to discuss that in this video. But the relationship of where you put your points, either Magicka or stamina, is determined by the weapons that you use. So if you see, I'm using a staff. All right, and if you look into your staff abilities, which are destruction or restoration, everything in here costs Magicka. And with my staff, when I do a heavy attack, I regain Magicka back. That's really why you have to pick one or another. It's the resource that you get back. The reason why, as a Magicka Nightblade, I don't use a bow is that if I take a bow and I don't have a big Magicka resource pool because I've got everything into Magicka, I mean, it uses all of these stamina as its resource. And if I were to use a bow to do a heavy attack, I would get stamina back. And I'm like, no. I need Magicka. I need Magicka back. So, for my Magicka Nightblade. Now, if I went Stamina Nightblade, I could go two-handed weapons, that, uses stamina. I could use one-handed shield, dual wield, my daggers, axes, swords, or I could use the bow. So you want to put points into either Magicka or stamina based upon those weapon types. All these top four, all right, the two-handed, the one-handed shield, dual wield, and bow, you're going to be looking at using stamina as your resource. And through those heavy attacks, you will get stamina back. When we're looking at staffs, you're looking at Magicka coming back. And so destruction staffs, which is your lightning, your frost, your frost staff, and your lightning, fire, and frost. And restoration staffs. All of those using the Magicka. All right. Now, for your class abilities, there's a mix of things. So you might be getting a little confused with that. Well, don't I also I could make stamina, builds, for each one of these because they have different morphs? Exactly. You can. So for me, I picked a lot of the Magicka morphs of the things that I use. If you're going let's say heavy weapon, or daggers, or a bow, or something like that, you would then choose the stamina morphs because your heavy attacks would give you back stamina, so you're able to use more of your stamina abilities. All right. Now this still might be confusing. So let's grab some weapons in here. Let me show you.
May I be?
All right, let's grab some maelstrom. Let's get a fancy bow, which I never use. A couple of daggers. Let's find a two-hander. Let's get a two-hander. I like it. Big old maul. All right, and let's go outside here. Now, So I'm going out here. Well, let's take on a big guy. Ooh, let's take on a scary big guy. All right. So my main resource as a Magicka Nightblade, of course, is Magicka. So I have all my points into the Magicka. So I have to make sure I have a lot of that resource to cast all my spells. So if I use them up, let's just use them up like crazy. Boom, boom, boom. Keep doing that. If I want to gain some of that back, all right, I'm going to hold down and do a heavy attack. Boom. Heavy attack. Look at the resource coming back. See on the left-hand side, my Magicka is going up. All right? Because that is my main resource. So that's why you want to pick one or the other. Because the staffs are going to give me Magicka back. They're not going to give me any stamina back. So let's see. Let's get some dodge rolls in. I can't use any more. There we go. Now watch. If I do a heavy attack. Yeah, that's just it's gaining it back just from over time. Yeah, but it's not my staff that's gaining any of that back. But check this out. Let's put on. Oops, I gotta wait till you've calmed down, sir. Let's take out a bow. Where's the bow? Bow. Let's take out a bow. Flip that out. Now, check this out. Let's get my bow. Let's just kind of run around fast. Roll dodge. There we go. Can I do another roll dodge? There we go. Now I do my bow. Boom. Look at that. Woo! Look at that. I don't have a lot of stamina on this guy. So look how fast I got back to stamina. So the bow gives me back the stamina, and I don't even have points into it, for extra regeneration. Back through like any CP points or anything like that. So again, there we go. Boom. Boom. Yeah. There we go. Same thing with, we gotta let him relax. Relax, sir. It's testing purposes only. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's get out let's do some dual daggers. Let's get the daggers in here. Boom. All right. So let's do this. We're going to run around. Run around. One more. There we go. And then I do heavy attacks. Boom. Heavy attacks. Boom. Boom. So I get that resource right back. So that's the difference. That's why you want to have, for whatever your resource is that you're using most of, you want to have those points into there. So if I was going a stamina Nightblade, I would put points in the stamina so that that's my biggest resource. I would then make sure that I used weapons that were either two-handed, one-handed shield, dual wield, or bow, because their heavy attacks would get me back that resource. Like I said, I've decided with mine, because of the in the class tree, I like the different skills that use Magicka. I use my staffs to get back my resource. Get that out. Get my resource down, all the way down there. Boom. And then I use my heavy attacks to get back that resource. And of course, this one takes a little bit longer to get all the way up because I have a lot more points into my Magicka. If you see my Magicka, I'm at almost 35k, and for my stamina, it's just like 11. So, oh, that also brings up a good point. When you're on the Magicka side and you're using staffs, your spell damage is where you're going to be focusing in on. If you're using all the other weapons, you'll be looking at weapon damage. So yeah, stamina with the weapon damage, Magicka with the spell damage. Yeah. Should we round it all out? Should we get them all out? Let's get them all. Let's get them all. I like that. That's a good looking maul. Look at that thing. Oh my gosh. So if I was going stamina, let's get the stamina all the way down. There we go. I beat on him. Oh. Oh. Boom. There you go. It gets my resource back. So yeah, so if I was doing something like, let's see, I can do a few spells. Let's see, I can do this. So if I was doing this, and I wasn't using a staff, okay. If I chose to use a two-hander, but I wanted to go Magicka, I couldn't, because look at this. I mean, it's not getting me back the resource. Yeah. I mean, look at that. I've got no reason. I'd be out of all my resources all the time. Yeah, because that's not giving me anything back as far as a resource. So I have to go. I have to let him calm down. Calm down, sir. Calm down. You can do it. Wonderful. I have to use my staff. Put that back on there. Boom. All right, and I'm going to get that resource back real quick. Boom. Boom. There we go. Yeah. So that's the difference. So basically, you just want something that works together. So if you're going to go Magicka, you're going to want to go staffs. If you're going to go stamina, you're going to want the other weapons that we have in there. The two-handed, the one-handed shield, dual-wield, and bow. Yeah, which is wonderful because it gives you these great options for when playing in there. And you could start out as one and not like it, and then try the other one in there. I think originally I started out as a stamina Nightblade, and then switched over to the Magicka. I just really like the idea that I could be a rogue-type stealthy class, but carry a staff. I really like that idea. It's very unique to ESO, where a lot of them you either are a bow and dual wielder, or a bow and a two-hander, and that. So it really gave a kind of a unique perspective on it. So, yeah. Well, I hope this was helpful to you. So yeah, make your choice. And as you're leveling up, if you're new in the game, don't worry if you happen to put a couple of points into, one or the other as you're learning and, trying to figure out, do I want to go a stamina morph or do I want to go a Magicka morph? When I get to that point in my skill progression, it's everything in here can be undone and changed. You can go to the shrines to fix this. If I wanted to go and make this a stamina build, I could. Nothing is permanent for that. So, all right. I hope this helped you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell like they always say in there, and be ready for future videos. I always enjoy doing these. So, take care, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.